This is a Mage perspective on the XT Deconstructor in Ulduar. As you can see, we're doing the 10-man version here, but it's very similar on 25-man. It's just that you may have more help dealing with adds. The giant robot will be tanked on one side of the room, which, if he's positioned properly, means that he will spawn adds only from the two far corners rather than all the corners. So he's tanked right there. And you can go in on DPS on him. You want to have your range 10 up on DBM, so if you're hit with a light bomb, no one else will be injured around you. It has a 10-yard range. You saw it just killed my mirror images because it will hurt the people around you, but if you're at range 10, you're fine. He'll also throw gravity bombs, the purple ones. Those don't do a lot of damage, but when they go off, they pull anyone within 15 feet towards you. As you see, it happens there. That's only dangerous when, as it happens there, you're immediately hit with a light bomb. So you'll want to run back into position. But we don't worry too much about the gravity bombs as long as everyone is ready to run right back to their position. If people are trying to spread out 15 yards to avoid the gravity bombs, they get too spread out and it gets sort of crazy. Standard DPS on this, not too much. It's complicated besides staying at range. He does a tympanic tantrum that does a lot of damage, but you'll be healed through that. At 75, 50, and 25%, he will drop his heart, which you can then do a great deal of DPS on. And when it goes back into its body, that damage is translated to him. If you kill the heart, which is difficult but possible, you'll go into hard mode, so if you don't want that, you might be careful. For the first heart, at least on 10-man, you can pretty much do direct damage as a mage. Now is a great time to pop trinkets that are available and use a straight arcane blast spam until Missile Barrage comes up, as we discussed in the Assembly of Iron video. When the heart goes back in, he will goes back to the normal rotation. Now adds, as you see, will be appearing whenever the heart is down. The big guys like that you don't need to worry about. They'll be off tanked. The bombs, not too much of a problem. You see, we did enough damage to the heart in the last one that 50% came very quickly, and so the heart is back down again. That will happen again later on because the people I'm raiding with are able to do a great deal of damage. Now, the most important thing in this fight, whenever the small robots that you see there appear from the back corners, it is your job as an AoE class to take them down. So you always want to keep an eye open for those. As tempting as it is to just DPS that heart during the down phase, that's when these little robots will be spawning. And if any of them reach the big robot, he heals, and all your work is for naught. As you can see, because I spent a lot of time DPSing the heart, there are now several waves of the little robots that have spawned from my corner, so I'll be spending the rest of the fight just taking down the little robots using AoE. They can, of course, be rooted with Frost Nova. They can be Arcane Explosioned if it gets desperate. You can use Cone of Cold to slow them down as well. So this is one of those fights where it will be very tempting to go all for power, but your real goal is to get down those adds. We took him down very quickly there. You got the achievement because people were making good use of the heart, and that's the basic strategy for XT. I'm Zavarian of Loon.